Hi guys! In this video we are going to explore mostly abandoned islands by human beings in the world. Please share, like and subscribe it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel again. Today we're diving into the mysterious world of abandoned islands. Picture this, places swallowed by time, once buzzing with life, now totally deserted. We're talking ghost towns, forgotten prisons, islands lost to nature. Seriously creepy stuff. These places were once inhabited by humans, but are now completely deserted. Let's get into it. First up is Hashima Island, off the coast of Japan. Imagine a whole island crammed with concrete buildings looking like a giant battleship from afar. Back in the day, this place was hopping. It was a coal mining town owned by Mitsubishi, and people were packed in those tiny apartments like sardines. But when the coal ran out in the 70s, Mitsubishi shut it all down. Everyone left, leaving their stuff behind, and it's been totally abandoned ever since. Next, we're heading to Italy, to a place called Poveglia Island. This island has a dark history, and it's considered one of the most haunted places in the world. During the bubonic plague, Italy sent thousands of infected people to Poveglia. Later, they built a mental asylum on the island, and rumors spread about the doctors experimenting on patients. The asylum was shut down in the 60s, but people say the island is still haunted by the souls lost there. Now let's hop over to the United States, to North Brother Island, right near New York City. This island was used as a quarantine zone for diseases like smallpox and typhoid in the late 1800s. One famous resident was Typhoid Mary, who was quarantined here twice. The island also housed a hospital for veterans after World War II, but eventually everything shut down in the 1960s. Today, North Brother Island is off limits to the public, with nature slowly taking over the abandoned buildings. We're leaving the spooky vibes behind and heading to Clipperton Island in the Pacific Ocean. This tiny donut-shaped island has a unique story. In the late 1800s, people mined its guano, bird poop, a valuable fertilizer. Clipperton briefly boomed with industry, but it didn't last. Today it's a haven for crabs and seabirds, a forgotten island in the vast Pacific. From the tropics to the rugged coast of Scotland, our next stop is Hirta, the largest island in the St Kilda archipelago. For centuries, the St Kildans lived on Hirta, surviving in near isolation. They relied on seabirds for food and battled harsh weather. In 1930, the last St Kildans left. Today, Hirta is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to human resilience and nature's power. Our journey takes us to the west coast of Ireland, to the great Blasket Island. Once home to a small Irish-speaking community who lived off the land and sea. Life was simple but not easy. Isolation, poverty and the Atlantic Ocean's threat loomed. In the 1950s, the government evacuated the island. Today it stands as a haunting reminder of a lost way of life, a closed chapter in Ireland's history. Hold on tight, we're time-travelling back to the days of the British Empire, landing on Ross Island, part of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. This island was once a bustling administrative centre for the British, complete with grand houses, a church, a bakery, you name it. But in 1941, when World War II reached India's shores, the British were forced to evacuate Ross Island. Today, as you walk through the ruins of Ross Island, you can almost hear the echoes of its colonial past. Bundle up because we're heading to the coldest continent, Antarctica. Our destination is Deception Island, a horseshoe-shaped island with a secret. Deception Island is actually the flooded caldera of an active volcano. Once a major whaling station, it was abandoned when whaling declined. Today, it's a popular tourist spot with eerie buildings and geothermal pools. Remember Hashima Island, Japan, the one shaped like a battleship? Well, we're going back because it's got another name, Okunoshima. This island is so fascinating it deserves a second look. Imagine yourself standing on the deck of this concrete giant, the wind whipping through the empty windows of the apartments. In recent years, Okunoshima has become a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its historical significance as a testament to Japan's rapid industrialization. From Japan, we're traveling to the canals of Venice, Italy, but not to admire the gondolas. We're going to Servolo, an island with a chilling past. For centuries, Servolo was home to a monastery, but in the 18th century, it was transformed into a mental asylum. Thankfully, the asylum was closed in 1978, and today, after extensive renovations, Servolo is a conference centre and a museum dedicated to the history of psychiatry. Visit Spinalonga, a small island off Crete, Greece. From 1903 to 1957, Spinalonga was a leper colony, isolating those with leprosy. Despite hardships, residents formed a supportive community. Today, Spinalonga reminds us of leprosy's stigma and human resilience. We're heading back to the United States, this time to the Chesapeake Bay, where we'll find Fort Carroll, an artificial island fort. Built in the mid-1800s, Fort Carroll was part of a defense system for Baltimore Harbor. But by World War I, it was already outdated and eventually abandoned. Now it sits, decaying, slowly reclaimed by the waters of the Chesapeake. Don't let the cute name fool you. Okunoshima, a small island in Japan's inland sea, has a dark past. Known as Rabbit Island today because of its large population of friendly rabbits, Okunoshima was once home to a top-secret chemical weapons factory. From 1929 to 1945, the Japanese military produced poison gas on the island, exposing its workers to dangerous chemicals and keeping its activities shrouded in secrecy. Today, there's a poison gas museum on the island, serving as a somber reminder of the horrors of chemical warfare. Next, we're escaping to a true paradise. Palmyra Atoll, a remote group of islets in the Pacific Ocean. During World War II, Palmyra was occupied by the US Navy and turned into a strategic airbase. After the war, the military presence diminished and Palmyra was largely forgotten. Today, Palmyra Atoll is an uninhabited wildlife refuge managed by the US Fish and Wildlife Service. Prepare yourselves for a tragic tale as we journey to Daxa, a small wooded island off the coast of Dubrovnik, Croatia. In 1944, during the closing days of World War II, Daxa was the site of a horrific massacre. Hundreds of civilians were executed on the island, their bodies left unburied. Today, there's a memorial on Daxa commemorating the victims of the massacre and serving as a reminder of the horrors of war. Our next stop takes us to Jacó Island, a tiny island off the eastern tip of Timor-Leste. Jacó Island is unique because it's considered sacred by the local Fataluku people, who believe that it's the resting place of their ancestors. Because of its sacred status, no one is allowed to live on Jacó Island permanently. Its white sand beaches, crystal clear waters and lush vegetation remain untouched by development, making it a true hidden gem in Southeast Asia. We're going back to Hashima Island, also known as Okunoshima, one last time. Standing amidst the crumbling concrete structures, you can almost hear the echoes of the past, the clatter of coal carts, the laughter of children playing in the narrow streets, the hum of daily life. Hashima Island is a stark reminder that even the most bustling of places can be reclaimed by time and nature. Our penultimate destination takes us to McNabs Island, located at the mouth of Halifax Harbour in Nova Scotia, Canada. This island, once a vital defence point for Halifax, is now a tranquil escape from the bustling city. Over the centuries, McNabs Island has been home to indigenous peoples, European settlers and the British military, who built a series of fortifications on the island to protect Halifax from enemy attack. Today, the island is a park, its abandoned fortifications standing as silent sentinels, watching over the harbour they once defended. One last time, we return to Hashima Island, that concrete behemoth rising from the sea. Hashima Island is more than just an abandoned place. It's a symbol of Japan's industrial past, a testament to the country's rapid modernization and the human cost of progress. It's a reminder that even in the face of abandonment, there's beauty to be found in decay, in the way nature reclaims what humans have left behind. As we say goodbye to Hashima Island, let its stories stay with us. It's a reminder that the world is full of forgotten places, each with its own unique history waiting to be uncovered. So the next time you see an abandoned building or hear a whisper of a ghost town, don't be afraid to dig a little deeper. You never know what secrets you might find. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Which abandoned island did you find the most fascinating? Was it the eerie Hashima Island, the tragic Spinalonga, or the mysterious Clipperton Island? Let us know in the comments. See you in the next video.